Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you how to apply that custom material to an element, a wall, um, a floor, a roof, a ceiling, whatever the case may be. So to start off with, I'm just going to make two simple walls. So I'm going to go up to wall architecture. I'm going to do an 8-inch wall. Let's do that. I'll just make it 12 feet. And I'm going to do another wall. I'm going to do one of these. Let's do exterior brick on CMU. And I'll do another 12 feet. Okay. So I'm just going to clean up this file a little bit. Go. Delete. Okay, so now we just got these two walls. Okay. So here, if I change the detail level to fine, I can see that this wall is made up of many layers, and the generic wall is not made up of anything, really. It's just a wall. All right, let's set up a 3D view. So here are my two walls. I'm going to hide these guys. So let's see if I zoom in. Okay, there's my brick wall. I'm going to change the graphic display settings to shaded. And I'm just going to I'll put on some shadows. Okay, so here's my generic 8-inch wall. Yep, and here's my brick on CMU. All right, first things first, let's click on the brick on CMU. And let's go to Edit Type. All right, now under here, I want to click this bottom button, Preview. Okay, this is how this wall looks when it's cut in plan. All right, so there's a brick layer, there's an air layer, an insulation layer, a CMU backup layer, metal furring, and a gyp layer. Okay, but how do I know that? Right, so I will show you. So the type is exterior brick on CMU. Let's duplicate this, and let's call this exterior orange brick on CMU, because that's the material I made in the last video. Okay, now I'm going to go to Edit under Structure. Okay, here are all my layers associated with this wall. I have the brick layer on the outside. So this is exterior to interior, exterior to interior. I've got my air layer. I've got a rigid insulation layer that's 3 inches. I have a membrane. I have a structure layer that's your concrete masonry units. That's this guy right here. And I have a metal furring substrate and a gypsum wallboard. Just ignore the core boundary layers for now. So what we're really concerned with is I want to just change the outer layer of my brick. Okay, I can change the thickness of all these. So maybe for my brick that I want to put in, it's actually just going to be a 4-inch brick. So this got a little thicker. Notice I can put anything in here. I'm going to put 2 feet. Okay, that would be weird, but I'm just showing you can change the thickness. So I'm going to put that back to 4 inches. Now, instead of brick common, I'm going to click in here under material, and I'm going to hit this little button right on the right hand side. Oh, look where we are again. We're at our material selection window and creation and settings. So I'm going to go to brick orange, and I'm going to hit OK. So there we go. Now remember, in my cut settings for my brick material, I did that crosshatch. So that's why that looks like that. And this is my shaded setting, so it's showing that material color in there. All right, this all looks good. I'm going to hit OK and OK again. Now look at that. I have orange in my shaded setting. I've got black lines of the brick texture on there. Okay. Now, if I want to see that actual image that I imported in here, okay, I can go over here and click on realistic. And there it is. There is the exact image I used. The scale is somewhat proper. Let's see how high this wall is. It's 20 feet high. Is that a masonry dimension? The answer to that is yes. Okay, so that looks pretty good. So that's exactly what I wanted to do. So I just changed the outer layer of that wall. So you can do that for walls, floors, anything. I'm going to do a floor in here as well. But I just also want to show you how to change it for this generic wall. Okay, so here's my generic wall. I'm going to go edit type. Okay, so here's its floor plan preview, right? There's nothing in there. I'm going to duplicate it and I'll just call it generic 8-inch orange brick. Now I'm going to go into structure here. All right, a lot simpler. This has one layer. It's 8 inches and there's no material assigned to it. I'll just put in my orange brick and hit OK and hit OK. Okay, there's my orange brick. I'm in the realistic settings. I'm going to go back to shaded. So there it is. And if I rotate around, this brick is really, that orange color is on both sides. So let me turn off my shadows. So there, this whole wall is brick, 8 inches thick, right? This one has other layers, right? It has drywall on the inside and so on. So that's why this one is gray on the outside here. And this one is brick and brick and brick everywhere. Okay, so that's what's going on there. So really, that's how you do it. That's how you make a material. That's how you apply it to something. All right, let's do it to a floor now. I'm gonna go to my level 1 plan. Here's my brick CMU wall. So I'm gonna go to architecture, floor. Same concept here. I have a bunch of different floors here. We have wood truss, wood finish, ceramic tile finish, all on a wood joist. We have generic. Let's do let's do a concrete one. I'm going to do this 3-inch lightweight concrete on a 2-inch metal deck. All right. Now I'm in the floor tool. That's why I see these settings here. And I am just going to make a boundary for my floor. So this is the outline of the floor, right? Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to hit the green check. All right. There it is in plan on my level 1. Now let's go to the 3D view. Okay, there's my floor. All right, let's go to this floor and take a look. Edit type. Okay, here it is in section. So this is a 3-inch lightweight concrete. So that is from here to here. 2-inch metal deck is from here to here. So that's this profile you're getting. And then concrete fills it. All right, let's look at, well, let's duplicate it first. And let's just call this VO2. Okay, and I'm going to go to edit. All right, so here's my metal deck. Here's my concrete lightweight. There's different settings here for thickness. The concrete and the metal deck and the metal deck are sort of combined into this 5-inch, and there's different way to set that, but you don't have to worry about that. I just want to show you how to apply a material to a floor. So I could go in here and assign my brick to that, which would be weird. So let's not do that. Let's instead go find our own concrete texture, make one real quick, and then assign it here. All right, I'm going to cancel this. Or no, I am going to, yeah, I'm just going to hit OK. So I've made a duplicate. Now let's go make a material. Manage materials. Okay, make a new material. Under identity, I'll call this, let's do it all caps, concrete. Under appearance, let's find an image. I'm going to go to the World Wide Web. Bring this over. And I'm just going to search concrete texture seamless. I'm going to go to images. This one probably wouldn't map very well. That one looks kind of cool. All right, let's do this one. It's pretty. I don't really like that one. Kevin doesn't like that one. Let's see this one. Okay. You can see how you can sort of go nuts with this stuff. All right, let's do this one. I'm going to right click, say save image as. Put it on my desktop. Oh, look at that. Ooh, now look at this. Save file type says this web thing. Okay, that image isn't going to work because this site is sort of protected in some way. So I got to find a different one. Let's try this one here. See, there's a watermark on that one. Silly little watermarks. Okay, ooh, this one looks pretty good. Let's see if I can save image as. Okay, that's a JFIF. That won't work. Oh, this is good. We're hitting this. So that one won't work either. JFIF won't work. Only JPEG. All right. So you could join a texture club of some kind. Oh, that site doesn't work. And then you won't have as many issues finding one. This one looks like it'll work. So I'm going to write concrete. Texture, hit save. All right. Let's go back to my materials. Let's apply that material. Okay. Let's just check its scale. That scale seems fine to me, so I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to hit done. For appearance, I'll do use render appearance. For surface pattern, let's just do this, concrete. Let's give it a color of somewhere closer to black. And for cut pattern, maybe I'll do the same there. And a color closer to black. And okay. All right. So here's that floor I made a duplicate of. Now I'm going to go to edit type. Go to edit. Now instead of concrete lightweight here, I'm just going to put in my concrete texture. There it is. Hit OK. Hit OK. Hit OK. Okay, there it is. Now let's go to the realistic setting. And there it is. So this one doesn't tile very well. Now I might want to just go into that material and make it bigger. Let's see what that does actually. I'll go in there. Let's try 10 feet. Okay, done. Okay. Okay, that's a little nicer, right? So that gives a good impression of that. All right. So I think you can see here that walls, floors, any sort of layer you can like element, I guess, is made comprised of layers, right? So if I go to the floor, I go to edit type, I have my layers, I can mess with them and their materials. I go to the wall, I go edit type, I can go to edit and mess with them and their materials. Okay, I can also go to existing materials like this gypsum wallboard and change maybe some of its settings. Like in shading, I don't like that gypsum's so gray. Let's just make it white. Okay. 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 So now when I turn this around, there's my gypsum. And if I change it to shaded, oh, I guess it still looks gray. I think it's because I don't have shade on. Well, let's see. Gypsum wallboard. What's going on? Okay. There. Foreground. Cut pattern. Let's do a sand on there. Okay. Transparency. No, let's not do that. All right. Well, now I have a pattern on it. Still looks gray, I think, because of the sun. Not sure how to get. Ooh, we could try consistent colors. It's a little whiter than the other side, but anyway. All right, let's go back to shaded. So there we go. So now if you say you had a floor and you want to um, have different materials on the floor, you can simply make multiple floors. I could use this. I'll just copy it. Okay, so now I have another section of floor. I could select this and I can go to edit type. I could duplicate it, or I could just make it a whole different floor. Let's try this wood finish one. Okay, so there's a wood finish floor. So in this particular room, it switches from concrete to wood, something like that. So you can really do a number there. All right, one last thing I want to show you. Let's see, I'm in the shaded setting. Okay. Sometimes you don't want to go into an element and just change everything. You just sort of want to paint, okay? Like paint bucket one surface of a wall, but not change that wall. Like I don't want that wall to change everywhere in my project. I just want this part of that wall to change. So you can do that like this. I'm going to go to modify, and I'm going to go to this tiny little button right here. It says paint, okay? Applies a material to the face of an element. So I'm going to select that. Oh, look, here are all my materials. I'm going to select the concrete. I'm going to hit done. And I'm just going to, oh, that's not what I want to do. I'm going to hit concrete, and then I'm just going to select the surface of this. So instead of brick, I now have concrete. Instead of brick, I have copper. The setting of that copper seems to be really weird. Let's try this carpet one. That's cute. Let's change it back to brick orange. So stainless steel. That one's black. That one's grayish. You can sort of just one-off edit a surface of a wall or a floor or a ceiling. Okay, so that's materials, and that is adding materials to elements in your model.